Dropping the anchor on an aircraft carrier can be a matter of life and death. Have you ever wondered why this seemingly routine procedure can turn into such a perilous undertaking? Prepare to dive deep into the hidden dangers that lie beneath the surface as we uncover the reasons behind the high-risk nature of dropping an anchor on an aircraft carrier. Naval aircraft carriers face numerous challenges during their deployments, including rough winds and waves. In these harsh conditions, proper procedures are essential, especially during emergencies. One particularly dangerous procedure is dropping the carrier's anchor. But why is this action deemed life-threatening? Dropping the anchor is a laborious task that can result in severe injuries for the crew members involved. Anchoring an aircraft carrier is a slow process that requires strict adherence to safety precautions. Sailors assigned to anchor duty undergo frequent training to ensure they are well-versed in the proper steps for raising and dropping the anchor without causing harm. An aircraft carrier weighs an average of 80,000 to 100,000 tons, and sometimes Mother Nature blesses sailors with choppy seas and huge storms. To stabilize the carrier in these conditions, an equally massive anchor and chain system is essential. Anchoring in high seas is generally avoided, but there are times when it becomes necessary as a precautionary measure to prevent accidents. The selection of the anchor for an aircraft carrier is a critical decision. There are various types of anchors available, each with its own setting ability, robustness, and holding power in different types of soil. The weight of the anchor is determined based on an equipment number, which takes into account the ship's displacement, maximum breadth and height, and projected lateral surface area. When embarking on a journey into choppy seas, an aircraft carrier would require a relatively heavier anchor compared to a ship traveling with slow currents. The depth of anchorage depends largely on the length of the anchor chain. To ensure proper anchoring, an aircraft carrier must use a scope, which is the ratio of anchor depth to the length of the anchor chain of at least 7:1. Steeper scopes could result in the anchor slipping. Therefore, an aircraft carrier equipped with 560 feet of anchor rode and chain should drop its anchor to a depth no greater than 80 feet. Most ships limit their anchorages to 200 feet into the sea. The anchor and chain assembly is one of the heaviest, most space-consuming and challenging to use equipment on board a ship. Handling the anchor requires utmost care and expertise. Sailors operating the anchor system must be well-trained and aware of the potential risks and safety measures. The anchor chain on naval aircraft carriers is composed of shackles or shots, which are connected by removable links. Each steel link aboard the carrier weighs hundreds of pounds, adding to the immense weight and complexity of the anchor system. Dropping the anchor on an aircraft carrier only occurs during steering failure, navigation in shallow seas, potential collisions, or other emergencies. The purpose of this emergency procedure is to allow the anchor to drag along the sea, creating substantial resistance to the ship's movement without causing damage to the anchor or the vessel. Anchoring the carrier significantly reduces its speed and helps prevent accidents. When the order is given to drop the anchor, the sailors on anchor detail must take specific precautions. The naval officer responsible must have a mobile VHF for communication, a light source, and the necessary tools to remove the bow stoppers. The cable must be monitored at all times to track the number of shots released according to instructions received from the bridge. The officer at the foxhole must maintain constant communication with the bridge, exchanging information with the master. The sides of the aircraft carrier must be checked for any objects that may obstruct the path of the anchor. Dropping the anchor on an aircraft carrier involves more technicalities and potential risks compared to most ship procedures. The anchor and its chain are heavy equipment that can be hazardous to the operators. That is why the procedure itself is generally avoided unless necessary.